Okay, so there's this page on the left, and then I've prepared another page on the right. So we are going to work right here, okay? Okay, so the very first thing you want to do is you want, from your base cardstock, whatever you use to make interactive elements on your pages or in your albums, you want to cut a piece that is 8 inches by 11. Okay, 8 inches by 11. And you are going to take that with the short side at the top of your scoreboard and you're going to score it 1 inch. Okay? 1 inch. And then fold and burnish on that 1 inch score line. And miter it just a bit. And then we are going to glue that flap to the left edge of our page. I think I need to cut mine down a tiny bit. Okay, so I've chosen a piece of decorative paper to go on top of this piece, and I do want to leave my little border. So this now measures 7 by 11, so I'm going to cut this in 1/8 of an inch smaller than that 7 by 11. And this is the piece that I've chosen to go here. I'm not going to leave a border because it is my base page. I want to cover up that white base page. So I personally am not going to leave a border. Although I cut this to exactly 8.5, I might have to trim it down so that this folds. Yep. So I'm just going to take a little smidge off of that edge. That's probably not big enough. Do that again. That's perfect. So that's going to go there. This one I'm going to cut down so it's 1/8 of an inch smaller. That one is going to go there. And I'm missing a piece. Let me go find it. Okay, This was the piece that's going to go here. And I do want that one to have a little border as well. I guess it might be kind of silly to not leave a border here. I don't know. Whatever is your personal preference. Yeah, I think it might be cute to leave a border there as well. Okay. So before we started adhering our papers down to our main pieces, we want to think about how we're going to get this to close. Okay. Let's see here. This is going to be here. That's okay. And then over on this side. All right, so I think what we'll do is we'll get the front prepared and then we'll figure out how we want to do, where we want to put magnets. But this one can be adhered down. Okay, now this is going to be a pocket that looks like I can barely see my score lines. Okay, so this is a pocket. It measures 8 inches by 7 3/4 of an inch. So 8 by 7 3/4. And you are going to take the 8-inch side and place it across the top of your scoreboard. So 8 inches across the top. You're going to score it 1/2 of an inch. And then go to the opposite side and score it 1/2 of an inch. And then with the 7 3/4 side across the top, so 7 3/4, you're just going to score it 1/2 inch. To get my pocket ready, we're just going to cut off those 2 little squares at an angle. We are going to fold and burnish. Okay, so there's our pocket. The top has no flap. Okay, and that is going to go from edge to edge wherever you want it. I do want to leave some space up here for things that go into the pocket. And then on the front of that pocket, we are going to have a photo mat here. Decide what pieces you want to use. Okay, so my photo mat measures 6 exactly by 4 exactly, so it can fit a 4x6 photo that's trimmed down slightly. And again, I just leave little 1/8 of an inch borders, so place it with your border and then you can just kind of measure. You can kind of measure that leftover space there to figure out what size strip you need. Of course, it'll be 4 inches tall, just like our photo mat. And then mine ended up being just shy of 7/8 of an inch, just so I have a little border that goes all the way around. And then these all measure 2 1/4 by 3. So 2 1/4 by 3, okay? And they all came from the same paper collection, except for that one. And then here on the front, I have to remember how I was going to do these. I've got all these little cute things that I cut out. But now I'm not remembering what I was going to put where. I think I was going to do that there. And that there, and maybe there could be journaling on that piece, but however you want to do that. For right now, let's go ahead and get our pocket down, okay? So I think my pocket will go closer to the bottom than the top. I think I like this one better than that one. I don't know.
Ricky, you good?
Of course, it clashes with this piece, so that wouldn't be good. These two pieces clash. I think I'm going to stick with this one. Okay, so again, this is 6 inches by 4 inches, so 4 by 6. This is, of course, the same exact height as our photo mat, and mine came just about shy of a 7/8 of an inch. And these are 2 1/4 by 3 inches, so 3 of those will fit. And of course, if you like bigger borders than I do, you're gonna have to cut yours differently than mine. And I don't think I'm liking this piece here, so I'm gonna find another one. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. Okay, So then we're going to open this, and you are going to need more of your base cardstock. I will give you those measurements. Oops. So these are not adhered down yet, of course. All right, so oh yeah, that one I ended up not using. Okay, so here's the general layout of this page. I'll walk you through exactly what you need. So this is just a photo mat, and I'm pretty sure I did account for not having to trim down the photo. Yes, so it is 6 1/8 of an inch by 4 1/8 of an inch. You could cut it down to 4 by 6 and just trim the photo, whatever you want. This is going to be a little pocket on the page. This measures 4.5 by 4. So I'm using, you know, whatever base cardstock I use for interactive elements, 4.5 by 4. And then I'm going to put the longer end, so 4.5 in at the top of my scoreboard. And I'm going to score at 1/2, and then on the opposite end at 1/2. And then with the shorter end at the top, so at the 4-inch end at the top, I'm going to score at 1/2. And then over here is another pocket. This one measures 7 1/8 of an inch by 4 5/8. So 7 1/8 by 4 5/8. And for this one, we are going to put the longer end across the top again, just like before, score it 1/2 inch. On the opposite end, score it 1/2 inch. And then with the shorter end across the top, score at 1/2 inch. So for both of these pieces, we want to cut off those little squares that were created when our score lines intersected. And we want to fold and burnish on those score lines. Okay, and then we're just going to roughly put them where they're going to go, and then we can decide where we want magnets. So this is going to go here. This pocket is going to go right here. I'm going to have that in line with the bottom of that photo mat. This pocket will go generally about there. These two strips are going to go here. And then these are going to go down here. So these little pieces measure 2 1/4 inches tall by 2 inches wide. Okay, so 2 1/4 by 2, all 4 of them. And then these, I believe, are 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. Well, actually, these are 2 1/8 by 2 1/8. And there are 3 of them. So 2 1/8 by 2 1/8. And that's gonna go, I don't know, around there. Okay, so having done that, we can pretty much figure out where we want magnets to go. If you're using magnets, we are definitely safe to put one here. Okay, a set here. And I think we're safe to put a set here. Okay, I am going to use magnets. And let me just make sure I left a space because I think I was gonna put that there. Yes, okay. All right, so we're definitely safe to put magnets here and here. And then we can adhere down our base pieces of paper. Well, that was silly. All right. Why don't we do it this way? We'll put our first one over here. And of course I've lost my, there it is. Let this one cling to it. And then do it like that. Okay, and same thing over here. Let me just make sure I'm starting off in the right place. This will go somewhere like that. These are down here. Okay. And I put tape on that one because I had put tape over that one because I had already stuck it and then lifted it up, so I was worried that the sticky might not be that great anymore. So I don't normally put tape when it has this the adhesive already on it. Oh my goodness, Rachel. Okay, there we go. So now let's go ahead and get these down. trimmed a little bit off of this piece because I spaced these too far apart, but that's okay. Maybe I'll go a little bit. Okay, so not quite the same size as the others, but that's all right because I'm going to be putting little pieces of, you know, little embellishments. I'll put an embellishment on this one. So this will be for a photo and a photo and a photo. I'll find decorative paper for this. I'll put, I have a bunch of stuff cut out, but you know, I can't keep my workstation clean to save my life, so. Or maybe I'll put decorative paper here as well, and then put an embellishment here. And these three will be for photos. This can go, I don't want to cover up my magnet, this can go right about there. Okay, so I need to figure out what paper I want on these two pockets and what paper I want here. These will be for photos and this will be for a photo, on my page anyway. You certainly can do it however you want on yours. That's gonna go there. I'm not gonna bump it up because I don't want it to get in the way of what goes in this pocket. All right, so let's glue our papers onto our pockets. All right, I've cut this one down because I actually wanted to sit on this pocket. So I've just cut it so that it does not extend past the pocket. Okay, so here is this page spread done. I just took a couple of tags. I'm not going to put any ribbon or anything on here because I don't want it to get too bulky inside there. But you can fit 4x6 pictures and then you can journal on one side or put pictures on both. I'll probably stamp at least one of each of these with photo. And maybe on the other side, I will draw some journaling lines. Let those dry for a second. And then you can fit wallet size photos here. And I'll probably draw journaling lines on the other side of those as well. So yeah, that is our page spread. Okay, oops. So those go in there, these go in here, and there you have it. And I don't think I'll stamp cameras here. I don't know, but you decide, your page. All right, so we will move on to the next one.